If I had dumb money, I would spend dumb money to see how the past 6 months has physically altered my brain. No way on imaging my brain looks the same that it did before 6 months ago or even 2 years ago. There has to be a visual way to see what it actually feels like, right? 100%, I do not understand how my brain could ever be the same. If you offered me a lobotomy, I would take it in a heartbeat. I consciously took a voice that was in my head, constantly telling me that something was gonna happen, and I did everything I could to prevent it. I was neurotic about it because I was so convinced that a specific thing was going to happen. I checked the cameras in my house every single time they went off for sound. I knew Charlie was gonna die young and break my heart for no apparent reason. I just didn't know how, but one of the main things was she was going to overheat and die in her crate. And I was obsessive about preventing that from happening. So you take something that I am 100% convinced of, everything in my intuition is telling me this one thing, but then everyone else tells me I'm neurotic. So I overrode that voice in my brain that's telling me that something awful is going to happen and I am in control of it and I can prevent it from happening. And the one time I stopped in almost 2 years and said, nothing is going to happen. She's always been fine. She's going to be fine. You're almost home. Don't check the cameras. She died in the crate. While my brain was telling me that things weren't okay, I convinced myself that everything was going to be okay. That's what they tell you to do with anxiety, right? Like, it's gonna be okay. Talk yourself through it. Override your brain. I did that, and exactly what I thought was going to happen and was convinced was going to happen happened. You know what that does to your brain? How do you ignore that voice in your head now? You can't tell yourself everything's going to be fine. You're just working yourself up, because the last time you told yourself everything was going to be fine, you're just working yourself up. The worst happened. You were right. Pretty sure my brain's just fucked now for the rest of my life. I'd apologize to everybody else, but I don't really care, because I promise it's way worse in here than out there. So it is what it is. So I would love to have a visual of what this has physically done to my brain. I would settle for a lobotomy, though. A lobotomy would also be wonderful.